better.
Okay, so real quick, Diego, Gonzales, Francisco Zamudio, we're here representing KNAC. This is a stand up and shout cancer fund benefit concert that they throw on every year. This is, I believe, the 7th or 6th year, I believe. And right now behind us, Eddie Trunk is he's hosting the event, talking. I don't know what he's saying right now, but we're gonna go catch up right now. Hopefully get a word with Eddie Trunk. We just saw Dia, good friends, Lisa, drum slug, Chris, Shannon in the band. They're fucking amazing. Budderside just played. DC4 is coming up, and then Eddie Trunk and his all-star band. We don't really know who's part of the band except McNabb, right?
Sean McNabb appears to be part of the band. He was there early in the morning, took the ride on his bike, and he is here walking around. Anyways, legendary LA bass player as I know him.
And we have like some pretty badass footage from the Harley Davidson in Glendale of the bikes taking off, and some of the footage of the bikes arriving here. We're in, oh yeah, by the way, we're in Encino, California, home of, I want to say Billington, not Billington, Encino Man. Encino Man. No squeezing the juice. But yeah, KNAC.com. Be sure to tune in and listen, and you'll see this on the website. Our review. Diego Gonzales, great.
Francisco.
Yes.
Zamudio.
Yes. And drink beers, stay heavy, rock out.
All right. So with that being said, before we get to more music, I would like to, again, everything we're doing here is all in the memory of Ronnie James Dio and all for the great cause, and that is the Dio Cancer Fund. So it doesn't matter what hat you're wearing, because you're here is what matters, so thank you for being a part of it. And I'd like to bring up to the stage now the woman who makes it all happen and has been so great to me, having me here hosting these events ever since we lost Ronnie. Ladies and gentlemen, to say a few words here at the Ride for Ronnie, please welcome Wendy Dio, everybody. Give her a round of applause. Let's go.
Hey everyone, thank you for coming. As you know, we couldn't do this without you guys and your support. I'd like to thank the rest of my board who are amazing, that work so tireless all year long for the ride and celebrity bowling. Eddie Trunk, of course. Oliver from Harley Davidson. Where is he? Who's so kindly sponsors us every year.
Davidson, yeah.
Great to be here. Thanks for joining us.
And Dr. Wong from UCLA, and our Dr. Sandeep Kapoor, who's on our board, who does work so hard for us. We want to talk a little bit about that. I just want to thank a few more people. I want to thank all the people, all the riders, all the people coming here, the fantastic police officers that do such an amazing job for us. And I want to put it over to Sandy.
Thank you guys for all being here. Another year, another fantastic day for us to remember Ronnie, but not only that, it's to bring forward our mission, Ronnie's mission, which is to each and every one of us know someone who has been struck with cancer and has lost their life to cancer. And 10 years ago, I had that bad, horrible message of having to tell Ronnie and Wendy that the cancer was far advanced. Now we fast forward to all the great work that we've done in the last 10 years, that we've been able to do in science. And we've been able to, if I knew now what I did then, I should have known then what I do know now. And it's that we can find a way, and we've found ways, and we're getting closer to finding ways to getting people checked. And that's the most amazing part. Knowledge is power. If we knew what we knew, to figure out what's going on with the cells. And we have been partnering also with UCLA and with Dr. Wan's team to figure out, and we're getting closer and closer. And he's going to tell us a lot about what, if I could have checked Ronnie way before, we could have figured out he had genetics or the mutations that existed for gastric cancer, and we could have figured out how to stop it and treat it early or prevent it from starting. And that's what the great work is, and we're getting closer, and he's going to tell us about some fantastic new things that have been approved and ready to go. So here's Dr. Wong and his team from UCLA.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kapoor, and it's really good to see you all. This is my 3rd year here, and I'm here to share some real progress that will come to clinical fruition in the next 6 to 8 months. And first and foremost is our booth is over there. We have our scientists from the lab that's going to be here, and look forward to speaking with you what we do. But first and foremost, I want to thank the board. Wendy, and Dr. Kapoor, Sheila, and Bill, and Sharon. The board has been really amazing in the support, because this support is catalytic. It's really catalytic in terms of concept. Without knowing the board, I wouldn't be here meeting you and knowing you. I'm here today to tell you, since I was here last time, 2 progress that is really important. One is that we have been working on stomach cancer, which is the disease of interest and importance. We have been funded by the National Cancer Institute for the past 5 years in the first round to identify these markers in bodily fluid, especially in saliva. Who knows how much saliva we produce every day? Take a guess.
14 gallons.
14 gallons? Would you mind raising your red cup, please? That's about 300 milliliters. So 3 of those is 1 liter. So each one of us produce 14 times worth of 3 times that. That's a lot. Okay. Well, so each one of us produce about 3 cups worth every day of saliva. Think about that. Non-invasively, non-painfully, and non-embarrassingly, it comes into our mouth and carries with it all these cancer informative information. We, together with Dr. Kapoor and the board, has put that to test and developed those markers, and was recently published to have very discriminatory value. That project, Wendy and Dr. Kapoor, has just been renewed for another 5 years from the NIH to now advance those markers towards clinical applications. And also, how does this information carries it for the organ of pathology, which is stomach, into blood, into saliva. And I thought that is really, really amazing. Really. So the second piece of news that I'm very excited to share with you today is we were part of this initiative to use saliva as a mean to monitor cancer. Liquid biopsy, and that's the field. Last September 13, Wendy, the National Cancer Institute awarded 6 of these awards in liquid biopsy. 2 went to Harvard, Massachusetts General Hospital, 1 went to Johns Hopkins, 1 went to Yale, all these big names on the schools. The 5th one went to UCLA, went to my lab, and this is where we want to put the gastric cancer markers and advance it for early detection, non-invasive, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the best performance, non-invasively. We have 3 cups worth of this fluid that comes into our fluid every day. Think about it. If you can non-invasively monitor it yourself, whether this disease is happening, just like what Dr. Kapoor said, that will be a very defining day. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wendy. Dr. Kapoor, thank you.
And it's all because of you guys, your support, each and every single cent that you give us and your support here today brings us closer and closer to getting in 2020, the 10-year is going to be a big year for gastric cancer and the markers, and we should be able to put a stop to this horrible and ugly disease.
There's one thing I forgot to mention, very quickly, which is the most important. This test that we currently is advancing, you see in this booth here, on March 22nd of this year, meaning just 4 weeks ago, was regulatorily approved. Regulatorily approved. That means doctors like Dr. Kapoor and others will be able to use it in their clinical practice. That's a very important point, and again, all due to your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let's enjoy it. Let's thank all of the musicians that have given their wonderful time and talent tonight. And also, there are always meet and greets with them. So if you want to get an autograph and meet with them, you're welcome. There's meet and greet tents. Okay? Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great time.
So over here on the next meet and greet is Dia is doing the meet and greet over there, right?
Right, yes.
So they'll be over there now. You just saw them play a kick-ass set. You can say hello to them. They're over there, waving and ready. And then coming to the stage in a matter of minutes. Next up for some more live music, we got Budderside coming up, right?
Yep.
And we've got DC4 a little bit later on. We got the Bulletboys. We got Petty Cash. And then we got an all-star jam at the end. So there's a lot of great stuff still to come. Great weather, great afternoon. Thank you all for being here very much. I'm Eddie Trunk. I'll be out and about to see all you guys. And check out all the stuff, the vendors. Check out the merch in the back. Again, everything you buy from the Dio Cancer Fund goes to help these doctors and help this cause, this great cause, in the name of the late, great Ronnie James Dio. So thank you for being here. More music coming up in a second.
I know,
Los Angeles, talking to Eddie Trunk, host of Ronnie James Dio Ride for Ronnie.
Hi, Diego. Good to meet you.
Very good to meet you.
Cool.
So you've been doing this since the beginning of the Ride for Ronnie, or when did you come in?
Yeah, the story is that I was I was close with Ronnie, and we had done a lot of interviews over the years, TV and radio, and we became very close friends. And Wendy used to always tell me that he hated doing interviews, but he liked doing them with me, and we really created a great bond, and we did a lot of things over the years together. And when he passed away, Wendy asked me to host his memorial, which I did, which was an incredible experience, and it was something I was really grateful to have done. And ever since then, she said, when she developed these events, she said, I'd like to have you, Ronnie loved you and be the perfect guy to be our guy to host these things. So I said I'd be honored to, and ever since the bowling event and this event, when they come up, I clear my schedule and make sure that I can be here to be a part of them.
And have you been in LA long, or you're in New Jersey most of the time, right?
Actually, I'm on the road all over the place a lot. I do live in New Jersey, but in the last 3 to 4 years, I've been traveling more than I've probably ever have in my life. A lot of it, opportunities for hosting. I do a daily show on Sirius XM. They built a new studio here, so I'm coming out and doing some work from that. I do a lot of stuff on the road, though. I do a ton of hosting work, charity and non-charity, all over the country. I was on tour with Deep Purple late last year, so I'm on tour a lot, sporadically, like long weekend stuff, and doing radio. And I also have a TV show on Access TV that is shot at festivals around the country, so that has me on the road a lot as well. So traveling more than I ever have in my life in the last few years.
On a different note, have you ever heard of a man named Don Jameson by any chance?
Never heard of him. I have no clue. No.
Kind of a really nice guy. I happen to photograph him opening. He does a whole stand-up set for Anvil, and I just caught him at the Whiskey the other day and in Vegas. Yeah. Super impressed by this guy.
Yeah, no, of course, Don and I have been friends for a very long time, and he's been out there doing stand-up in front of some rock shows now for a while. He just, prior to that, he did Pop Evil. So it's a great thing for him to be able to get out there and do that sort of stuff, and he's great at it. And I didn't get to see him do the one with Anvil, but he's a road warrior himself, and he's doing great stuff. As is Jim. Jim's out there doing a lot of Don's been out opening for a lot of the some of the rock shows. Jim has been out doing the comedy clubs and just put out a comedy special on DVD. We're all still great friends. We all still talk. As a matter of fact, we're all going to do something together this weekend coming up, where the three of us are doing Epicenter in North Carolina. So we're kind of doing a reunion there where we're going to do a speaking show together, which we used to do in clubs. So we're all still very good friends and talk all the time.
I was just about to ask if you guys had something planned together, so very nice.
Yeah, well, when the opportunity comes up, it just has to make sense, because a lot of us are all doing our own things. We're all scattered, Those guys, even before we did that metal show together, they were busy as stand-up comics. So that's a lot of what they did once the show ended. I always did radio, so I went back heavy into radio. But when the stars align and we can get something where we can all do it together, we look forward to it because we have a great time together.
So was there a big influence? What got you into metal in the first place? Can you remember?
Well, yeah, Kiss, for sure. I mean, Kiss was the band that started it all for me as a kid. Like so many other kids, they were my gateway band. And then from there, Aerosmith and Sabbath and Van Halen and AC/DC.
But who presented that record to you the first time you heard a Kiss album, or how did you get a hold of that?
I was walking home from junior high school, and I was walking past a record store in my hometown, and a friend of mine who I was with, I guess we were probably in 7th grade, said, hey, I'm going to go in and buy this record by this band called Kiss. Would have been 76, 77. I had never heard of them. And he goes, yeah, so we go in the bins, and he said, this is the new record, which was Rock and Roll Over. He goes, I don't know how this one is, so you should check out the previous one, because I know that's good, and that was Destroyer. And I just took it home and dropped the needle and stared at the cover, and I was just absolutely blown away. So that was what opened the doors for me. Prior to that, there was a power pop band called the Raspberries, and that was the first time I ever heard distorted guitars. That was the first time I ever heard power chords, and made me interested in rock. And then once I got Destroyer, that was the game changer.
And can you share a Ronnie James Dio story that just pops into your head by any chance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people know this, if they knew Ronnie, but Ronnie was a real ball buster. Like, he loved to break my chops about stuff, and you know, he would always call me kid, you know, and he would always, he'd love to stir me up, and we had a lot of fun. And one of my favorite memories was I went to England to do a TV shoot with Ronnie and the guys in Sabbath right at the time that he reunited with them to announce that reunion under the name Heaven and Hell. And we sat in this castle in Birmingham called Wroxall Abbey, and we had a great dinner and drinks and a great night. And we were just talking football and the Giants. We were both big Giants fans. We just had a great evening. And then Ronnie knew I also loved the band UFO, and they happened to be playing in England that night. And he was like breaking my balls because I wasn't going to see UFO. He's like, how can you not even be making an attempt? You're not a real fan. He was just like messing with me. He was there playing really far away, to the point that like he took a napkin, he started routing out all the subways I could take to get there in time. And like an idiot, I went and tried to do it, and I missed my first connection, and I just came back. He's like, what happened, kid? Not a big enough fan? You couldn't make it, huh? And I was just like, I tried. I missed it. And he's like, yeah. And then we sat at the bar and drank and told stories. I'll tell you what, as much as I love UFO, I'm really glad that I missed that train, because that extra time with Ronnie's something I'll never forget.
Probably brought you to where you are today.
Yeah, I mean, we knew each other long before that, and you know, Wendy's the reason why I do this stuff, because she asked me to do it, and I do it for Ronnie and his memory, but also because it's such a great cause. So just great to be a part of.
Eddie, I want to thank you for introducing me to UFO, and I went to see them in concert as well. So thank you for your show. Francisco and I are huge fans. This is Diego Gonzales, photographer, director with KNAC.com, with Eddie Trunk, the legend from Jersey.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the day.
How you doing? This is Francisco with KNAC.com, the loudest.com on the planet. We are here with the guys from Budderside. We got Patrick.
Yeah.
Singer, vocalist.
Yes, sir.
And then we got Rich on drums. How you doing?
How you doing? Big suck at drums.
So we fucking, we just got done watching them play on the stage over here at the Wright for Ronnie Cancer Fund benefit that happens every year. This is the 6th one, if I'm not mistaken. And how does it feel for you guys? How did it feel up there for you guys? Like doing this for you?
It felt good, man. It's a beautiful day. It's always right. It's always just right. And being a part of this thing with Wendy, I just support her 110%. I've watched this thing grow from day one. Budderside's been a part of this 3 times. I'm a part of it every year, whether it's the All-Star Band or anything. And I was telling everybody earlier that I would come out and help take out the trash if that's what I had to do, just to be a part of this, because Wendy's very close to my heart. We love her so much. We do anything for her.
How was your experience?
Great people, great fun, and for a great cause.
And this is for like cancer research, because we all know cancer not just took away a great living legend, but I mean it affects a lot of us. And like you guys have like some sort of story or somebody that that's like suffering from cancer right now.
Suffering from cancer, yeah. Gosh, too many. Too many. It really is. It's crazy. We try to get your mind off of them. We just don't want to pray for them. But I mean, the closest one to us that we lost so abruptly, of course, was Lemmy. Lemmy signed us. I roadied for Lemmy for years, and it's just like these people drop off. Dean Schachtel too, who was a big part of the Ride for Ronnie every year. He was the front runner for our band, and he was kicking down doors for us. And you get these strong people in your lives, and it's crazy how they can just be stolen from you by something so unfixable, So yeah.
But we're striving, like the dog Dr. Wong said, like, you know, they're striving. The research is, you know, the research is there. It's just, it's gonna take some time, man, until we fucking kick cancer's ass, right? You know what I mean?
You gotta catch it early. People gotta go in and get tested and make sure that they're healthy all the time. If you catch it early enough, luckily we've got people like Wendy who are raising money all the time and making sure that people that need help will have it when they go in to get checked out. It's just hopefully you don't get checked too late, because it's still just, you know, if it gets away from you, it gets away from you. So we just gotta watch out for each other, you know what I mean? Make sure we're all feeling healthy and happy all the time. If we're not, force your buddies to go in and get seen and get checked out. Life's too short, you know.
Definitely is, man. We gotta support each other, man. Watch each other's back and stuff like that. So, what's the next for Budderside? What do you guys have going on after this?
We finally got a release date for our new record called Spiritual Violence. It's coming out September 27th on Motorhead Music. Yeah, it's been like pulling teeth getting this thing to where it is, but the recording process was wonderful, very smooth. There was nothing difficult about it. It's just sometimes it takes a little longer than you hope. But we recorded this thing with Jay Baumgartner at NRG Studios. Jay's a legendary producer, and he just brought the best out of us. Danny Curry was co-producer. Just an excellent, very talented individual. So we were in just the best of hands, and the band really grew up in this album. And we're just praying that it will get to all the people that we want it to, and then that'll shed some light on the first debut album. We just hope you all enjoy it. We hope you walk down this journey with us, because it's a strong message, and it's like a roller coaster, man. You start this record, and from beginning to end, it's just going to move on you and take you somewhere. You're going to feel things. You're going to get emotional. You're going to walk away a fan, I promise.
Yeah. I'm already stoked to hear it, man. Like, yeah, I know at KNAC, like, hopefully we'll maybe have a review or like get you guys on the air, man.
God, that would be great.
Yeah, because if you don't know Budderside, man, you guys should really check them out. Is there anything else you guys want to promote, or you know, besides XL drumsticks? Because coincidentally, we share you know, XL drumsticks right here, man. I recently started using them. XL sticks are badass, man. I'm like, what size sticks do you use? Or what? 2Bs are good.
2B nylon tip.
Nylon tip.
He goes through about a set of songs. I mean, a pair of songs. Breaks more sticks than
Go through a lot.
Jeez.
A lot of sticks.
There you go. You hear that, XL? I mean, send them more sticks, please. So please support these guys, Budderside, Patrick, Rich. Thanks a lot for you guys' time. Thank
Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you. And we're here at the Ride for Ronnie.
We are here at Ride for Ronnie. Yes, we are. Raising money and awareness for cancer. Having a lot of fun on a beautiful afternoon, riding on a great American fun pleasure machine, the Harley Davidson. We're out here, we've all assembled, this is what we do. We ride the bikes. And we raise a metal fan. Oh, I'm a metal fan, way back. My brother is the lead singer and the founder of Filter.
No way!
So he's one of the heaviest of the heavy metal guys. He was the original guitarist for Nine Inch Nails. So, yeah, I've been around the rock and roll scene for a long time.
That's amazing. And we all know you're legendary.
Of course, we had Guns N' Roses do the soundtrack for Terminator 2. Sweet Child of Mine, remember that?
One of my all-time favorite movies.
One of mine too. And apparently a lot of other people.
Very true, very true. Great class. ladies and gentlemen. So what brings you to the ride for Ronnie specifically today?
Well, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I'm a Harley Davidson enthusiast. I own Harley Davidson of Santa Clarita, a dealership out there. My partner, business partner, owns Glendale Harley, and we were sponsoring this event, so I'm here to show my support.
Now I know Sean McNabb from the LA music scene,
right,
and he's an incredible bass player. I noticed you're wearing the same colors.
Sean is one of my club brothers.
And was there a basis for your club? Like, what brought you guys together?
World War II brought us together. We had guys coming back from fighting over there and defeating the Nazis and the Japanese, and they came back and they still were looking for an adrenaline rush, so they started racing motorcycles on the streets of Los Angeles. They drank a lot of beer, they raised a lot of hell, and they called themselves the Blues Fighters. And we've been around since 1946, and we're the only motorcycle club in the Harley-Davidson Museum. So we're a pretty legendary group.
Well, I sure am impressed to see you guys here today and supporting one of my favorite artists of all time.
Absolutely. Fantastic artist. He's been gone in, what, a decade now? He's truly missed, sorely missed. We thank everybody for coming out here and showing their respect for Ronnie.
Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to meet you, and I enjoy your work so much.
Well, I appreciate that. God bless America.
I
Okay, good afternoon. It's a beautiful day to have a glorious concert, and I am more than honored to be here with Wendy Dio. If you don't know who Wendy Dio is, I don't know, you're living under a rock, but I want to introduce Wendy.
Hi. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Here, I'm glad to be here.
And we are here for the, I believe it's the 6th annual, is that correct? Fifth annual. Ride for Ronnie. That takes place in Encino, California. They the riders leave from Glendale, Harley-Davidson, and they come to Encino Park. And it's just another homage to the man that bought metal to us. And we have Wendy to thank for this. And how are your feelings today about today's event?
It's great. It gets better every year, and of course 100% of the proceeds goes to the Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund, where we're hoping to find a cure someday soon. We had Dr. Wong here from UCLA that we've been supporting financially, and he's days away from a wonderful test for stomach cancer for men. So.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to him, or actually we had a chance to catch his discussion. He was on stage talking about how the research is just continuing and furthering, and it's amazing. And personally speaking, like I've had an aunt, and I have another aunt actually kind of going through very, very similar things. So, I mean, cancer is something that affects us all.
It doesn't care. It will take you, rich, poor, old, young, it doesn't care. But, you know, we are trying very hard for a cure. And, of course, early detection saves lives. And a lot of men don't like to go out and get checked. But I encourage you, please, do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones. But early detection does save lives.
Yeah, there's definitely help out there. And, you know, you just got to make sure, like she said, you know, just watch yourself. And we also, speaking of tributes, like, beyond this beautiful day here, you also have the, how would you describe it?
The hologram?
The hologram concert.
The hologram tour is going out, yes. Well, this is a brand new one that we've just developed and hasn't been seen anywhere. The one we did before in 2016, we debuted it at Wacken in Germany for 100,000 people, and then we did a short tour of Europe to see if there was an audience for it. And I think the more and more people that are going out with it, Frank Zappa's just going out, The Bizarre World of Frank Zappa, that's out right now. Maria Callas is going out, Roy Orbison, a whole bunch of other bands. And I think it's a new technology. It's technology. Ours is different because it's a super duper show. It's with the band that Ronnie played with for the last 17 years, the live band. Craig Goldie, Scott Warren, Simon Wright, Bjorn Englund, and then we have Tim Ripper Owens coming in, and Oni Logan. So it's Ronnie some of the time, then they're some of the time, then they all sing together some of the time, and it's an amazing show as well. We've got all kinds of things going on, special effects, dragons, everything. It's going to be a great, spectacular show to see. Yeah, and of course it's keeping Ronnie's legend, his music alive. And it's for the people that didn't get to see Ronnie when he was alive, and for those who'd like to see him back up there again where he belongs. Right. So that's what's going on with that. I have a documentary coming out.
Oh, very good.
I'm working on right now. That will be out till probably next year, and I'm finishing the book. So we have a lot of stuff, and we got a lot of reissues coming out. Right. They just signed a deal with BMG, so we have a lot of reissues coming out with special bonus material.
Very good, very good. And when can we expect your book?
Probably, well, I would like, next year is Ronnie's 10th anniversary of his passing. I'd like to get it out by that time, but I'm not sure if it will be ready or not.
Well, yeah. I'm sure I speak for everyone that says, like, we are really look forward to that. And I want to say personally, like, I had the chance to see Ronnie before he took off to Europe to do the tour. I got to see him at the, I believe it was the Great Western Forum. Mm-hmm. And just the energy coming off that stage, watching him was so amazing. It was the Heaven and Hell tour, and it was just watching him. Mm-hmm. I mean, the man himself is just like simply amazing, and a lot of energy. And I'm sure, like, I don't have to sell that to you. You understand, like, how.
He's a very special person. Very
what's
special, not only talented, but a wonderful human being. I'm sure. And that's why we want to carry on all the different charity work that he did as well.
That's very good, very good. So I want to thank Wendy for your time. And again, we're here with KNAC.com, the loudest.com on the planet. Any last words that you want to shout out to the fans?
Well, just say to everyone, thank you so much. We love your support. We couldn't do it without you guys, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.